What's up, Cowboys Nation? Buckle up, because we have some absolutely jaw-dropping, league-shaking, mind-blowing breaking news coming straight out of Dallas that's going to send shockwaves through the entire NFL community. I'm talking about a move so unexpected, so bold, and so wild that not even the most plugged-in insiders saw it coming. This is not a drill, folks. Your Dallas Cowboys have just pulled off one of the most shocking trades in recent franchise history. Yes, you heard that right. The Cowboys have traded Pro Bowl running back La'el Collins. I know you're thinking, wait a minute, wasn't La'el Collins an offensive tackle? And under normal circumstances, you'd be absolutely correct. But in a dramatic twist that could only happen in the chaotic, unpredictable world of NFL football, Collins has been playing running back this preseason and dominating. That's right, Dallas quietly experimented with Collins as a short-yardage RB over the last few months due to a string of injuries and depth issues, and the results were nothing short of astonishing. The 6'4", 320-pound juggernaut started getting reps in training camp after Ezekiel Elliott's second departure and Tony Pollard's inconsistencies last season. And once he bulldozed through the line for 3 touchdowns during red zone drills, the coaching staff had no choice but to unleash him in scrimmage action. And what happened? Absolute domination. Absolutely no one could bring him down on first contact. Players were bouncing off him like kids hitting a brick wall. The man was trucking linebackers, stiff-arming safeties into another zip code, and dragging defensive linemen like they were backpacks. So naturally, when the tape started leaking, other teams around the league started salivating, and today, after days of behind-the-scenes negotiations, Dallas made the stunning decision to trade La'el Collins, the offensive lineman turned Pro Bowl running back, in exchange for a massive package that includes multiple high draft picks, a promising young defensive end, and future cap relief that could reshape the Cowboys roster for years to come. This isn't just a trade, this is a statement. Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office are signaling loud and clear, they're not playing it safe anymore. They're swinging for the fences, and they're willing to take big risks to reshape this team into a true Super Bowl contender, and fast. Now, let's break this down a little deeper, because this trade has layers to it, layers that will have ripple effects not just in Dallas but throughout the NFC. First of all, let's talk about how we even got here. La'el Collins had already reinvented himself once before. He went from undrafted free agent out of LSU due to an off-field legal issue that eventually cleared up, to a rock-solid starting offensive tackle in Dallas, holding down the right side of the line with authority for several years. He was known for his road grading style, his tenacity, and his brutal run-blocking technique. But the injuries started to pile up. He missed time, got released, signed with Cincinnati, and then floated around before Dallas brought him back this offseason as veteran depth on the offensive line. But with training camp battles heating up and offensive line depth surprisingly stable, someone on the coaching staff had the wild idea to use him in short-yardage RB drills, and the rest is history. What started as a joke, a gimmick, a fun little experiment, turned into one of the most insane position changes in recent NFL memory. I mean, who does that? Who turns a 320-pound tackle into a goal line back? Only the Cowboys. And for once it worked. Reports from inside training camp were saying that La'el was moving like a much lighter man. His footwork, already elite for an O-lineman, translated surprisingly well to short area burst. His pad level was naturally low, and his raw strength was unmatched. Players were telling reporters that trying to tackle him felt like hitting a refrigerator full of concrete. Coaches loved it. Fans were amazed. And scouts from other teams were taking notice. Fast forward to today, and we have the result, a blockbuster trade that sees Collins heading to the AFC in exchange for what insiders are calling a premium package, including a second-round pick, a fourth-rounder, and a young defensive lineman with Pro Bowl upside. This is the kind of move that changes the narrative for a franchise. It flips the script. It shakes up the roster and opens the door to a whole new era of flexibility and aggression from the Cowboys front office. Not to mention, it signals a philosophical shift in how Dallas is building their roster: more versatile athletes, more creative play calling options, and more cap room to chase future stars in free agency. Now, of course, fans are split. Social media is on fire. X is melting down. Half of Cowboys Nation is mourning the loss of a cult hero who had just started to shine in his new role. The other half is celebrating the sheer genius of turning a converted lineman into a trade asset worth multiple picks and a young stud. There's even rumors circulating that the player coming to Dallas, reportedly a 23-year-old edge rusher with blazing speed, could be the missing piece opposite Micah Parsons. Imagine that defensive front, y'all. Micah on one side, this new guy on the other, DeMarcus Lawrence rotating in fresh, and a secondary full of ballhawks behind them. That's the kind of defense that doesn't just win you games, it wins you championships. But back to Collins for a second. Let's give this man his flowers. You want to talk about heart, dedication, and grit? La'el Collins has all of that in spades. He could have just faded into obscurity like so many players do once they hit that journeyman phase. But instead, he reinvented himself. He adapted. He bought into a wild plan, busted his tail, and turned into one of the most feared short yardage backs in the league, at least for a few weeks. And now he's getting a fresh start on a new team that reportedly plans to use him not only in the backfield but also in creative blocking schemes, as a sixth lineman, and even, get this, as a fullback in certain jumbo sets. That's versatility. That's value. And that's why this trade is such a win for both sides. But let's also take a minute to appreciate what this means for the Cowboys going forward. With Collins gone, that RB experiment is over, but don't panic. The team has other options brewing. Sources say Dallas is looking to feature a true committee approach this season, with rookie standout Marcus Blake taking first-team reps, explosive veteran Rico Dowdle coming in as a change of pace back, and a possible free agent signing on the horizon. There's even whispers about a potential mid-season move for a veteran RB if needed, but with this new draft capital, the Cowboys have options galore. And let's not overlook the cap space they just freed up. That money could be used to lock up young stars, extend key veterans, or who knows, maybe even lure a big-name free agent at the trade deadline if the team is in playoff position. Flexibility is power in the NFL, and Dallas just grabbed a big chunk of it today. So where does this leave the fanbase? Confused? Excited? A little bit of both? That's fair. Because this is one of those moves that's hard to categorize. It's bold, it's risky, it's creative, but it's also strategic. The Cowboys clearly have a vision here. They're thinking long-term. They're building a team that can win now, yes, but also sustain success over the next 3-5 years. And with Dak Prescott playing some of the best football of his career, with CeeDee Lamb looking like a top 3 receiver, and with Micah Parsons emerging as a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, the window is wide open. Moves like this are how you capitalize. Moves like this are how you separate from the pack. So to wrap it up, let's take a breath and recognize the significance of what just happened. The Dallas Cowboys, in the middle of a critical offseason, just traded a Pro Bowl caliber, position-switching monster in La'el Collins for a treasure chest of draft picks and a promising young defensive star. It's bold. It's wild. It's Dallas. And if it works, it might just be the move that finally propels this team back to the Super Bowl for the first time in nearly 3 decades. Cowboys Nation, the stage is set. The drama is real. And the story is only just beginning. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for all the latest Cowboys content, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Was this the right move? Will it backfire? Or are we witnessing the beginning of something truly special in Dallas? I want to hear from you. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and as always, how about them Cowboys?